Howdy folks, welcome to the 3D Sapiens Road Show. I'm checking right now, I'm blinded. Is this recording? Yes it is. Alright, so, here we go. So, this is Dan Davis, your host on the 3D Sapiens Road Show. At the moment, I am at one of those memory marker kind of things, one of those historical marker things. I'm going to pan around here while I'm explaining what I'm doing. On top of the car you will see equipment for rappelling, which I'm actually going to be doing the initial rappelling shots over there across the way off some boulders and such, if you want to tune into that. But before I did that, to look like the proper host, I thought I should shave. So I am right here at the poison switch. You can read that. So one of the 10 section houses on the 56-mile-long Madera Sugar Pine Lumber Plume Enterprise mine, a large gold mine worked from the late 1800s into 1930s, gone but not forgotten. Okay, so that is the Fresno River down there that you're going to see right there. And there's another little stream that comes in here. I'm going to be doing some of the rappelling across the way up top of that hill here, and if you check that out, you'll be able to see me looking back at the car because you can actually see it from where I'm going. At any rate, so part of the whole nomadic lifestyle is pretty much being able to take care of personal hygiene on the road, look good as much as possible, at least human, so you can go mix with people whenever you need to. Oh, by the way, the Sierra Nevadas, let me point out here. Okay, so north is approximately that way. It's been raining or snowing or whatever for the last, I don't know, week or 10 days or something. So that's like north over there. Going to east, Oakhurst is that way, kind of southeast, south, moving around to west. And here's Sue Buddy. Say hi, Sue Buddy. Okay, so that's looking towards the west about right there. Now, right now it looks kind of, very natural and whatever, but 100 years ago there was mines around here, gold mines and a few other things, copper and whatnot, plus the lumber plume, like it said on the sign there. From up in the Sierras, they had basically a big water slide, and people used to write it down sometimes. I think that's probably where they got the idea for it. But so there was a plume that they would cut logs up and send them shipping down, and every now and then they had to put more water into the plume or whatever because it leaks out and whatnot. And so this is one of the places where they would recharge the plume with water, I guess. So, at any rate, it's a good place for rappelling. And like I said, before I do that though, I need to shave. So I wanted to show you real quick the basic essentials, living on the road, the kind of stuff that you're going to need, especially for a guy. And by the way, here's a younger looking tip. If you want to take off about 5 or 10 years, shave. That's why I don't wear a beard anymore. Anyway, so let me show you the kit real quick here that I use. I've had this toiletries kit for, I don't know, 25 years or something. Went to Zaire with me and all that. So, toothbrush, floss, scrunchies. Up here, washcloths, which I'm going to use. Toothpaste, fluoride free, of course. Antiperspirant, all kinds of stuff free. More gloves and lotion, because again, the hands get torn up out here. Now, in the main part of this thing, down, stay, good back. Okay, over here, here's what interests today. This is the shaving kit, and I'll get to that in a minute. Go away. Some other stuff in here, scissors, which I've got more scissors over here, but now this mirror is magnetic, so I could potentially, if I can read properly, just stick it there, but I'm not even going to use that because it's one less thing to get out of a bag. If you notice the reflection, the trick is you want to have the sun in your face, and you want to be someplace where your reflective surface has a black or dark background. So I've got the curtains behind there, and so you can see it's a pretty... bee! Dude, the bee wants to be on the show. Yes, have you got something to say? You got some business for us? No, okay. Alright, so, anyway, so there's a few other things, Q-tips, and for grinding off leather feet or whatever. The occasional things, trimmers, clippers, tweezers and all the other zzzz. Up here, the razors, that's what we're talking about today. Oh, that's it. The bee wants to be the zzz and the zzz. Anyway. Okay, so, stay back. We'll get to that in a moment. So the charger, that could stay there. I'll finish up with that. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to set this thing up. There we go. Sorry. Set this thing up. I'll pause it at some point because you don't need to see the whole thing. But one of the things I love about shaving, number one, with electric, which it lasts about a week if you don't shave every day, and all the extra stuff that kind of falls out, go with the wind. So I've learned my face enough to where I don't need to be looking at it constantly, as you can tell. It's when I get to the fine touching parts that you need to really be looking at yourself, right? So that is where, for example, I would go over here. And again, notice the background. Is this a bathroom with a view or what? Cars going by, check this out. People are going to be going, what the? Say hi, wave. That road, by the way, time out. This is what I was saying with the, out here in the wilderness, if you need to empty this crap, be gone! Right? So, anyway, this road right here, I don't remember the number of it, but it's called the Raymond Road, and it runs between Ahwahnee and Madera, via Raymond, which, by the way, is still a very active granite town. There's a big quarry there. Some people I used to know were kind of involved in there, but anyway, I like when I got to go from Madera to Bob's house, Bob lives a couple of miles down the road. The Highway 49, which runs between Oakhurst and Mariposa, runs up like that. This intersects it about 2 miles up the road. You turn left, you go to Ahwahnee about a mile, or about 20 miles later you get to Mariposa. If you go to the right about 4 miles, you get to Oakhurst. So Bob lives down that way. It was raining all day, raining or snowing, Friday, Saturday. So, just kicking back basically. Today finally, Sunday, March 4th, I think. We finally have some sun, so I'm taking advantage. Again, I'm going to be shooting the rappelling introduction and a couple different clips just to show you the basic equipment and whatnot, and how I start people, because rappelling is a really good introduction sport to extreme sports, because you can start really small, like off a little rock that you could walk off of, so there's no reason to panic. And then you work your way up, and then pretty soon you're going off of big cliffs, and next thing you know, you're ready to skydive. So anyway, I'm going to pause it here for a bit and touch up with this, then I'll shift here in a minute to the razor dry, which it's no big deal. Anyway, be right back. Okay, are we back? Are we back? Yes, okay. I'm blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. Anyway, I can't see very well. So, alright, now, finishing up with this thing. I have yet to find an electric razor that really works that well, so I always finish up with this, and this is where you need to be a little careful. So yes, I'm looking at myself in the mirror here, or the glass. I find that dry works well enough. If you put too much water, that's when you start cutting yourself. So, and I guess you just kind of get used to it. But it's still easy to cut yourself, so be careful, especially around the mouth. So, you know, around the sideburns or whatever you got. Memories of a crash, graduation night, and no, it had nothing to do with alcohol or any drug. Alright, good enough. Et voilà, nous sommes jolis, comme dit en français. Now, when I get done with this, your face is kind of, if you notice, it's kind of white, and it's a little aggravated. So, this is where the water bottles come in handy. I put it on Mister. Washcloth. Ta-da! Alright, ready to go do some repelling. Anyway, that's the basics of the whole hygiene thing, like I was saying. This pretty much gets you to the point, as long as you haven't been sweating and whatever. Too much, not too dirty, don't smell too much like a campfire. This will get you into stores and someplace where you won't get thrown out, at least. So you may not be able to pick up any hot chicks looking like this, but it works. So that's all that matters. Practicality number one. Okay, so practical matters today, again, repelling, so I'm going to sign off and get ready for that. Hope you'll check it out. Thanks for tuning in. Adios.